we're joined with three laboratory persons because it's all different arrays that you guys are in, but lab techs all over, scientists as well. But we are joined here and we're here talking about MedLab Profession Week or Prof Week. And it's from April 24th to the 30th. So what are the activities planned as well? So on the couch today with us, we're joined with Mr. Gerardo Vanegas, who is a laboratory technologist. We're joined with Ms. Hannah Foreman, who's a laboratory scientist, and Mr. Cesar Arenivar. I said that correct? I hope so. Who is the manager of St. Michael's Clinical Laboratory. So good morning to all of you. Welcome to us here at Channel 7, Sun Up on 7. Thank you for being on the couch with us this morning. How are you all doing? You could go ahead. I said the mic immediately jolt.
I'm nervous to be here.
Nervous?
Sir.
Oh man, we gotta get past you. I'm sick
You
how
get
time
past
fly
that.
by
This
quick.
is a great conversation because remember, we're the celebrator now. This is Ono Week. We're supposed to be able to highlight it, let people understand what's happening, and have people engage in activities that are planned too as well, right?
Yes,
So
because activities are a lot. We have a lot of activities
Right.
planned. The association has been working for the past month on this
wow.
week. Yes.
and I know it's a whole week, so you have to have that plan.
Yes.
And I hope so.
Yeah. So we kicked off this week by doing a spotlight. So the spotlight is to acknowledge and say thank you to our pioneers. So every day we have a pioneer that we will be thanking and saying what they did to let the laboratory profession be better, what they did for us. So each day is a different person and it's posted on the Facebook page, the association's Facebook page.
What association are you speaking of?
The Medical Laboratory Professionals Association.
Okay,
So
all
people
right.
can go on that Facebook page and they can be able to see all the professionals and what they've been doing, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
They're also having a selfie challenge.
Okay.
So if you go on the page, you'll see pictures of laboratory professionals in the lab with special selfies that they took. I saw one already that they had a cell and they put cell and fee. So they're in the cell.
That's creative.
So cute. I love it.
And then today they're going to do school visits.
Okay.
So they're going to the high schools, telling the students what our profession is about, what we do, and then on Wednesday we're having a fair. So it's starting at 9, ending at 2, and the fair is a health fair. So we'll have St. Michael's Clinic there, we'll have Central Lab there. There'll be different, BMA will be there, BHPL.
Okay.
All the labs are coming together, private, public, it's for everyone. And we'll be doing like CBC diff, like we're giving it away to the public. We'll be doing HIV grouping. It's a lot.
Those tests, everything like that. Okay.
Yes, so
all right. So the fair tomorrow, where is it located?
at the Central Lab compound.
Okay.
It's right beside Social Security
Right.
and this HMH.
Where they do the testing for
Yes.
COVID. All right, great. So I want to direct this question to you, Mr. Vanegas. Could you educate our audience, because we're not going, some of them, they're watching from home, they're working, they're not in school. What is the profession about?
Okay, good morning, everybody. First of all, well, congratulate all my colleagues. Happy Laboratory Professional Week. Okay, so talking about laboratory, just a definition of laboratory. Well, it is the physical, chemical, and microscopic examination of blood, urine, stool, and other body fluids.
Okay.
So with that, you will have a background of who we are.
Okay.
So also, as she is a scientist, I'm a technologist. That's why it is based on professional week.
Okay, so it's
Okay,
just
it
everybody in the
includes everybody,
laboratory.
as well
You know, what
as
you-
managers, secretary, everybody that makes this laboratory working, they're part of this professional week.
All right, I do have a cousin that's a lab tech as well from the Central Hill region, Rena Usher.
Oh, okay.
Right, or known as no, sorry. But I want to direct this question to you, Mr. Arenivar. I hope I get that correct. As a manager of St. Michael's, what does that entail, or what's your job here in all of this?
Well, my job is to just basically promote the business, be able to make everything run smoothly, all of those.
So I mean, from the the administration side, straight down to the actual work. That's everybody encapsulated in there. It's your week.
Yes.
That's why we say professionals, because we're not missing out anyone.
All right.
Everyone is incorporated in this.
I wanted to ask, how many medical lab professionals are there in Belize?
Well, honestly,
Your face is like,
Honest-
I'm
Eyes
thinking, like,
open up.
honestly, not an accurate or a precise number, but I think we are already in the 200s or overlapping 200 technicians
Nationwide.
countrywide.
All right.
Not having an exact number, but we're currently in over that number.
All right, so apart from the spotlights, apart from the fair that's happening tomorrow, from the school visits, what else is there planned for the remainder of the week? It ends at 30th, which is the Saturday.
Saturday.
Right.
So on Thursday, we're having an open lab. I call it an open lab because different laboratories are allowing students or the public to go in and see what we do. Because we can tell you, oh, we're drawing blood, we're doing analysis, but seeing is believing. So we're opening the lab and you can come in and we'll give you a tour. And if they're working on something, you can stand, watch, and explain while we're doing it.
wow,
so
that
it's
is
a
so
real
cool.
educational session
Yes.
for everybody.
For everybody.
Oh, that's
You can
nice.
go to Central Lab. They're the biggest lab. So you can go there and they're the referral lab as well. So that is happening on Thursday and Friday. We're wearing our T-shirts.
Okay.
Yes, we have special T-shirts. Everyone has a T-shirt, but it might be different because they might have their logo on it, like
Their
they might have-
actual logo
yes,
the
for their
lab.
business.
Right, uh-huh.
So St. Michael's might have St. Michael's on it with their logo. I'll have gastroenterology. BHB will have. So that's what we're doing on Friday, and then the Saturday is for the professionals themselves. We are going on a trip and
Okay.
relaxing. Yes.
Oh, you guys need to
You
relax.
need the break,
man.
exactly.
We need a break. We're here working behind the scenes, getting your results and helping doctors with diagnosis.
I could imagine, and let's speak about the importance of lab techs, of lab tech professionals. During COVID, what was that like for all of you?
That was very intense.
I could imagine.
Yes.
All the tests, everything like that coming in.
Yes. And-
Apart from being very intense, it gave us an opportunity for them to know who a laboratory technologist is, because sometimes we are not giving saying that profession to say, oh, he's a technologist. Always they call us doctor or other names and not technologist.
Okay,
So,
well, they see that. I mean, that could have been a huge awakening for a lot of people, knowing they don't know the behind the scenes process. They go for their tests and everything like that, especially in the case of COVID antibodies, tracking that, the extraction of blood, what happens during that process. So here we are with a week celebrating all of this. Now, we could enlighten our people out there, our viewers out there, as to what goes on. So let's, for a little quick educational session here, because that's what this week is about as well. I went to go take my antibody test for COVID because I felt like I had COVID before they extract the blood from me. What happens next?
Okay, so we're partnering, the Ministry of Health is partnering with Baylor College. So when the blood is extracted from you, you got your, we put an ID on it. Everyone has an ID.
Right.
So we're not using names, we're using numbers.
Right.
And then that blood is sent to be tested. Now, depending on the value, that is how high the antibody or antigen is within the blood sample, because everything has a range. So you could say 1 to 2. If you didn't take the vaccine, you're not supposed to have anything. No value at all. You're not supposed to have a value unless you had COVID-19 before. Then you'll have a value.
Okay.
So the higher it goes, then you see, okay, you're more protected against it and stuff like that. You have created the antibodies to fight.
So just a little bit of clarification. If you have had the vaccine, it shows up within the range.
Yes.
And if you've had COVID, apart from that, it goes above the range.
Yes, so
Okay.
So, Mr. Gerard, I want to ask you, what is the most exciting part about your job?
well, the most exciting part of my job is everything. I love what I do. Yes, being honest, it's everything. I love what I do, so I just enjoy myself in the lab and help my patients. And the satisfaction that my patients have when they walk through out the door. So that's what I'm proud of.
There we
We're gonna
go.
switch it up then now. So, Ms. Foreman, what is the most difficult part of your job?
The most difficult part is when you get a horrible result and you already know where that is heading for that patient. For me, that's the most difficult. When you see their bun and creatinine is sky high and you're like, oh my, this person will need to start doing dialysis. So that's the worst part for me because I get sad for my patient. I don't know. I might not know who they are because I'm using just a name and I don't see their faces, but then I'm like, oh my, this is serious.
I could imagine. And Mr. Sassar, bringing you back into this conversation, what is it like managing lab techs?
It's exciting. Sometimes I'm there with them, trying to learn the tests, what they do. It's very exciting.
I could imagine.
Yes, it's a very exciting job.
I give all of you guys props because me and bodily fluids, not really. I know.
I thought it was so interesting, because the scientist part where you're testing these things, trying to see what's happening. I could imagine them in their lab, with their the Lee goggles on and
Lab
everything.
coats and
Yes, like they
everything.
must look all perfect. And you see this in the movies, and I'm sure that's why I'm thinking young people really need to come out because it's gonna be giving you that chance, but more than just in the classroom, more than just a textbook thing, to actually see these professionals do your stuff, test your stuff, extract the different things, and you can get that score.
Yes.
And then maybe say, you know what, I think I want to be a lab tech. Maybe I want to be a scientist. Maybe I want to just do the administration because I don't think I could test their thing, but I want to do that. But that's the way in which you'll be able to learn and see your fit. So I think that I'm really hoping, can you please remind me where the fair is going to be again and the time? I think you said 9 to 2?
9 to 2 at the Central Medical Lab compound.
And it's open.
It's open, yes.
And then
Anyone
on Friday
can go
too
and
as
see.
well, I know that's
It's-
open. I think you said open science day or something like that.
Open
Yeah.
lab.
Open lab day. I don't know, but I just think it was science, so that's not like that. But open lab day as well. So people get 2 different opportunities to get that guidance, to get that step-by-step, show and tell kind of thing where they can see and ask questions as much as possible.
Yes, you can.
So you also said that you're highlighting certain persons who have made strides in the profession. Who was highlighted yesterday and for what?
Mr. Tillett. So I can't say who is going to be highlighted today.
That's what I said yesterday.
You stay tuned and you'll see who is going to be highlighted today and for the rest of the week. But yesterday was Mr. Tillett, and he has given a lot to the profession. Like way back in the day, now I have an electronic microscope that I use. Back then it wasn't like that, and they were there with one
Things were
eyepiece
rougher.
using this microscope. And they trained people as they went along. They trained more and more people, and that's how they helped with our profession. Because if they weren't willing to share what they knew,
Right.
it would have ended right there and then. But because they were willing to share their knowledge on someone else, our profession continued to grow and grow and grow until we have a beautiful bouquet
There we
of
go.
medical professionals right now, medical laboratory.
Big up to Mr. Tillett.
Yes,
And again, you guys can be able to see him if you go on, can you please say again the Facebook
on
page?
the association Facebook page, the Medical Laboratory Association.
And you can get all the updates on when the fair, when the open medical day is going to be, when everything is going to be happening for you guys to see. And then also remember, did they take a break on Saturday? That's Saturday with the tech
Yes,
break.
we're to take a break on Saturday.
You deserve it. You deserve it. You guys have been working super, super hard. And as we're wrapping up this segment, is there any final words you want to make the people at home know about? Because again, we're celebrating this week, but I don't think we just need to look at this week. It's, you do your job every single day. You put in a lot of work. I love that you love your job too. Find nothing wrong with it or stuff. But just the idea that, COVID was on and you guys are working overtime. It's a hard job to do sometimes. And so what would you want the public to know? Soften their heart or just speak to their souls and let them know about the profession.
Okay, well, to all the persons that they know a doctor, well, behind a good doctor, there is a laboratory professional. So
There we go.
I will encourage the younger generations to see this career as a basic or essential, because we were always been essential, not only in COVID or during the pandemic. So I will encourage the younger generation to see laboratory technology and to be one of them in the future. So
Yeah, I like
Nice.
that.
I don't know what you
Because if you see that every doctor has a supposed diagnosis, a possible diagnosis, but they wait on us to find all the details that we're investigators. We find what's the problem. And we help the doctor to give you the proper diagnosis so that we know, okay, it's appendicitis, it's pancreatitis, we're not giving the wrong results. So we're here to serve you, even though we're behind the scenes, we're working hard to get you the proper results, to get the proper diagnosis.
Oh, there we go.
Mrs. Cesar?
You should have started it, Mrs. Cesar.
They said all the good stuff, Nacho.
No, but
Yes.
I mean, but administration is a heavy part of all of this as well.
Making sure everything runs smoothly, that's not easy at all.
That's true.
So anybody who wants to get into the profession, maybe you could reach out to them as well. No? You good? That's all right. Just visit the fairs, visit all of that. Maybe you could learn about Mrs. Cesar's part as well in all of this because, like you said, Mr. Gerardo, behind every good doctor, there's a
laboratory technician.
I
love
like
that.
that. I think that's a new way we should adopt things to, you know, because we just to think about the doctor, the nurse. What about the lab tech guys? Like, they help make sure our diagnosis is accurate and getting everything to
Still
the T.
frontline workers.
And the tests and they work with all these liquids and stuff. And yeah, Brandon done talk about his liquids idea and everything.
I mean, I could deal with my own blood, but no anybody else's blood.
But you know, but the stool and the urine and all these other things. Oh, you see, you don't have to tell me, Miss Hannah. We know there's a lot going on there. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for shedding the light. I implore people out there, guys, if you never know anything about it, you're wondering what your career is going to be about, please go out, ask the questions, see the things firsthand. Maybe they help you make you read something with it. I don't know what's going to be the hands-on thing, but try your best to do that. And we just want to thank you so much.
Yes,
Big up to all lab medical professionals out there. Like, we really thank you for the work that you're doing, especially during COVID, but beyond that too as well. Every single day, all the work you put in. You know, deserve that Saturday. Big up on yourself. And thank you again for coming on the show. So with that, we go to our next commercial break.